Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
Yes, indeed.
We got the brother Cordae. Welcome back.
Hey. What's up, y'all? How y'all feeling?
What's up, my brother?
Man?
I feel good. I got a third Breakfast Club interview, man.
Hey.
That's tight, man. A lot of people don't get to the third one, man.
Man, that's true.
Yeah,
I never thought about that.
Well, how you feeling? Happy holidays, man.
Nah, I appreciate y'all. I'm feeling good, man. You know, just landed this morning, so I'm good.
I feel like the Crossroads, which is your new project, I feel like it should be in a lot of rap album of the year categories.
I concur.
Yeah.
I agree.
Why do you think it's not? Because all the black people got fired at Atlantic, so it ain't no team.
Jesus.
There ain't no more to put
Oh,
down.
my goodness.
Look at his face.
Just thoughts
You
like
know
that.
what God has in store for me, no man can get in the way of.
That's right.
And I think post-album marketing is just as important, if not more important, than pre-album marketing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've had albums to where they really get their legs like 6 months later after it comes out. You know what I'm saying? You got to tour. The album's been out a month and I'm doing this with y'all. It's going to be a bunch of new people who may not have even known I dropped something that see this. So I think post-album, post-release marketing is just like super important, you know?
You know, we had a boss man D-Lo up here, and he said that he values reaction over sales. So what do you consider success for this album or any album?
I guess it depends on how you define reaction. So, but I guess how people, I don't know, because I try not to put like because I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit, right? To quote Erica. So I try not to put too much like, I guess, thought or energy into reaction. But I'll be a lie if I say it don't feel good when people are like, yo, I love this album. I've been getting a lot of that amongst this album. A lot of people telling me it's my best work. I'm seeing it online. A bunch of people rock with it. But for me, it's when I'm performing it. That validation for me is when I'm performing it and people are like reciting the lyrics to me. People are coming to see me. When I'm out and about and people are coming up like, yo, this line like just really registered with me, or like this song really connected with me. You know, me and my family talked about this, and so I guess that's the validation more so.
So that's success to you when people know your stuff, listen to your stuff, your core. You don't need a number to make it successful, or do you?
No, just more so I think to the point we just made earlier, and even the Boss D-Lo's point, is just like people liking it, people enjoying it. It does feel good when people enjoy your music, right? As an artist, like you gotta have. Can I curse?
Yeah.
Okay, you gotta have a sense of like not giving a fuck. You gotta like when you're in there creating and you put it out, you be like, yo, you gotta think like I don't give a fuck what people think. Like truly, that's the only way you're gonna ever put anything out, right? But at the same token, it feels really good when people actually do like the work that you're putting out. So that feels good to get such like positive like feedback from real people and fans that's out there that I'm meeting in real life and like fans online. But then also again, that validation for me is when I'm performing it and people are rapping the lyrics back to me, coming to see me perform the music. So validation comes in a multitude of ways for sure.
Why is it called The Crossroads? You said it's your third time up here. This is also your third album.
Yeah.
And this is The Crossroads. Does that have something to do with your personal life? How you feel? At what point in your life are you right now?
Yeah,
Did you think he's dying or something?
Oh my God.
This is not about the Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Oh.
This is The Crossroads can mean a number of things, sir.
But well, I did sample Bone Thug, on the intro. Yeah. But more so for me, I had to pay homage if I'm gonna call the album The Crossroads. You know, I gotta bring some Bone Thugs in it. But for me, just more so, it's like when I was making this, the Crossroads represent for me is like not necessarily know where I'm going. And when I was making this album, I kept saying I'm at a crossroads. I'm at a crossroads. I'm at a cross. I say it like on like 7 different songs before I even knew the title of the project. And so I'm like, why I keep saying this in music? Am I at a crossroads? And so like, you know, quarter life crisis is like a real thing.
Quarter life crisis?
Yeah, you never heard of that?
No.
Yeah. You know, I think somebody, I forgot who it was. An artist made an album called Quarter Life Crisis. I can't think of the name of it. I don't think it was like a really big album, but like I looked at it's a thing. I don't know if it's a thing, but I seen it there. And it's a thing, right?
How old are you now? Like 30?
No, oh my God, I'm 27, bro.
Okay.
No,
not 30. It's the worst thing in the world to be 30.
I'm a fresh
midlife crisis. I said quarter life.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a fresh 27 too. But that's it. But even that 27 club, you know, like, not to speak that energy, I'm gonna live a long, prosperous life. But Yeah, just more so the feeling of unknowing of where I'm going next. You know what I'm saying? And that's an exciting thing, but it's fucking scary, honestly. So that's how I came up with the Crossroads.
You don't believe in vision boards and stuff like that? Like, I mean, because, you know, they always say you can tell you God your plans, but God will laugh at you. Like, your good plan
we
God's
plan, God laugh.
That's
that's a proverb. But I think it's a Yiddish proverb. But I say all this to say, I definitely make vision boards. I do like a planner at the end of every year, beginning of next year. I've been doing I write in my little notebook where I journal at a lot. And honestly, I knocked out a bunch of stuff that I wrote down. I did like a thought bubble of goals more so at the end of last year. And I knocked out a bunch of those stuff. Like one of my thought bubbles was like to have a song with Ye, formerly known as Kanye West. That was on my thought bubble. And so I do vision boards. I write down goals and dreams and stuff. But I haven't done a vision board since 2018. So I literally thought about that like a couple days ago. I'm like, at the end of this year, I'm gonna do another vision board. But I always like write down my goals and stuff for the next year for sure.
But even with that, you don't know where you want to go?
Now I do know where I want to go, but it's more like just you can have an idea of where you want to go, but where you actually go, it is sometimes the difference. Sometimes you write on the money like, I want to do this. I want to do this year, this, and that. And then your path can be like, well, I did this, and that. But actually, that wasn't right for me. You know what I'm saying? So God brought me here. But what I've learned is, too, what's meant for you will never miss you, no matter how hard you try to fuck it up. You know what I'm saying? What's never meant for me. What's meant for me will never miss me, you know?
How was your life changed now that you have a child, right? Because your daughter's 1 year old?
Yeah, 1.5.
1.5 years?
Yes, sir.
So how has things changed as a young father?
Yeah. For me, it's more having a respect for my time, you know what I'm saying? Being more like disciplined when it comes to my time, and also having more respect for other people's time, you know? Because I'm like, I want people to respect my time because I got kids. I can, you know, when I leave the house, it needs to be something important or something that I love to do, something that's fulfilling. Fulfillment for me is going into the studio, enjoying good times with friends. You know, my job is, this is essentially part. This doesn't even feel like a job to me though, to be honest. But I say this to say,
you don't even take your coat off.
Exactly. It's a fresh coat. But I say all this to say, when I leave the house, it has to be something important, you know. So it just really has me focused on like time management. And versus before, like I'll be, you know, as an artist, like you'll be in the studio from like 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. one day. Then the next day it might be like from 7 p.m. to 3 a.m. So you're kind of all over the place versus like since I had a daughter, it's like now I'm in the studio from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. 6 days a week. And then 3 out of those 6 days, I come back to the studio from like 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. So it's more of like a regimented of me like recording and stuff. And I think I'm more productive now because I don't take my time for granted, you know?
Don't that feel like work though? Like if you set like work hours 9 to 6, because creativity comes all times of day, all times of night. Like,
yeah, that's why I do it that's why I do 3 times a day. I do it at night too. But I've noticed all the most successful artists that I've talked with or linked with, they work like that. Like Pharrell, he works like from like 9 a.m. to like 3, like he works at like a 9 to 5. I seen somewhere Eminem is in the studio every day from 9 to 5. He takes a lunch break at noon. You know what I'm saying? A bunch of other successful artists, I know they're like on a regimented schedule because where I guess motivation is low, that's where discipline kicks in. Or inspiration, you know, is low. That's where just like discipline comes in. And what I've learned too is like every verse that I write is equity. You know what I'm saying? Whether that verse makes the album or not, that verse can be used for, let's say somebody wants me on their song, I can use that verse for that song. I can use that verse for like a movie sync, a video game sync, you know what I'm saying? And so me, I really, it doesn't feel like work to me above all else because like I love doing this. Yeah. Like I love like being in the dojo, if you would, you know, and I switch up the times and locations of where I cook at. Like I might like rent out an Airbnb for like 2 months, bring all my studio equipment there, and we just creating out of there. I might, you know, I find creative ways to get creative.
I saw one of those crazy YouTube videos, and it said why Cordae's career hit a crossroad. Album flops horrendously. Yeah. Do you feel you just said it, you feel you're at a crossroads, but do you feel like your album flopped?
No, because like probability of that, it's like some white boy in Indiana. Not that it's a race thing, but it's like the truth of the people that run those. And like if you look at channels like that, their whole channel subscribes to a bunch of negativity. That's like that's like what they're about. So you can nitpick every artist in music, you could find something negative and nitpick at where like they lack of, where they lack in some department. You know what I'm saying? But no, because like I had other albums that didn't have like a strong first week. But again, my tour ended up doing super well. And then later on it grows and becomes like a larger thing. Like, why spend all this time focusing on 1 week? 1 week, we gonna spend all this time focusing on 1 week when there is 52 weeks out of the year? Like, you gonna just give up on an album because like it didn't have a super strong first week? You know what I'm saying? Excuse me, what I'm saying. And I think I get compared to like mega stars. Like my first, like if you compare like a Cordae first week sales to like a Kendrick Lamar first week sales, of like, of course there's a discrepancy. But when it comes to like my actual peers that do the type of music that I do, there's like, it's all like a balance. It's there. We're all at doing the same comparative numbers, you know, even though comparison is the thief of joy, but just that's a whole nother perspective. But yeah, no, I have no worry about what some white man says about my career.
What's your relationship with Wayne? I see Wayne on a project a couple times.
Oh, Wayne is the one. I've gained so many gems from Wayne. Like honestly, like when it comes to creativity, when it comes to creating music, when it comes to like he gave me some gems of like, you have to treat every single song like it's people's first time hearing you. And it sounds so simple, but it like lit a fire under my brain of like, nah, son, like that is, it's so simple, but it says so much of like, what happens is I've been blessed. I have like a core audience and the core fans that like rocks with me no matter what I put out. But that can also become a hindrance because you in the studio, you like, my fans gonna love this regardless, like no matter what I do. Versus you taking that approach of like, I gotta make a first impression on people. I gotta treat every song like it's people's first time hearing it. It makes you like really like want to give it your all, if that makes sense, and want to make sure like, is this worth hearing? You want to make a good first impression, and and that way the fans that you already have, they're gonna be like, oh my God, this is the greatest thing in the world. And for somebody who's like 50-50 on you, who may be like, okay, I heard a song, I heard a freestyle, I don't know, like that hear a song then or an album then, they like, oh nah, like they legit, you know. So I think that was a huge thing I learned from Wayne, and also like that work ethic, he teaches by doing, you know what I'm saying? Like I've been able to be blessed to watch him up close, and his work ethic is like incredible, and his love for music, it just never goes anywhere. And you understand why he sold like 300 million records and he's like hip hop's Michael Jackson, if you would. Because if you think about it, there's not that many people that were like child stars that went on to become superstars and more successful as they get older. You know what I'm saying?
Have he ever told you why he likes to collaborate with you?
No, I don't ask.
Okay.
I didn't ask.
He's on 2 songs on this album.
Yeah, I don't ask. But I mean, he definitely like gives me my props and my loves of just like, he says I'm a killer. You know what I'm saying? He's like, nah, you a killer. Like, why? Like, you scary. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, you're a killer and you scary. So I would assume that's why. You know?
How many songs y'all got in the vault together?
One joint. We got one unreleased joint.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's that mentorship and that guidance is like you can't put a price tag on.
How'd y'all meet?
I don't like how you whispered that. Like that sounded
how'd y'all meet?
Like,
I didn't whisper nothing.
How'd y'all meet?
That's what you wanted to hear. I didn't say it like that. I said, how'd y'all meet?
Actually, he had
good job, Cordae. Just ignore him. Good job.
Yeah, nah, it's all good. I didn't.
You've done this before.
Yeah, exactly. It's not my first. You know, fun, obviously, as we said. What I was finna say. Damn it. How we meet? I did a interview with he had a Young Money, he has a Young Money radio thing with Apple Music. So we started with that. Then I got his number. He shot me his number through there, and it's just been like back and forth since then. You know.
I think we gotta stop saying things like the hip hop Michael Jackson though.
Yeah.
Only because Wayne is Wayne, and he's an all-time great. I think sometimes when we make those comparisons, it puts unrealistic expectations, because I don't think people realize how big Michael Jackson was. I think y'all generation says that shit, but y'all really don't realize how big Michael Jackson was. He sold 100 million records off one album.
They had to be there. A lot of them
point.
weren't there for that.
You know what I mean? To sell 100 million records off one album when people had to get up and go to the store.
That's also a different thing, going back to our earlier points with like how albums are consumed, because when Michael Jackson sold 100 million records, 100 million people or 30 million people 3 times. Like people, you had to actually leave your house and go to the store to buy an album versus now like the Spotify, Apple Music streaming equivalents. You got to stream, a song has to stream 1,500 times to count as like one singular unit, to where you can have like 500,000 people all streaming your music once, and it equates to like, I can't do the math on the top of my head, but like not like a high number. So I say, going back to the original point of Dwayne, you know what? I find comparison is the easiest way to describe something. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like comparison is like the easiest way to describe something. So just my more so point was like, it's
being
like
a child star, and growing to now. Yeah,
and being even more successful and better as an adult. You know what I'm saying? So that was the whole point. But yeah, now Michael, I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan. But I was born in '97. You know what I'm saying? So that was like what? His story.
Oh yeah,
like you know what I'm saying. So yeah. Like
was,
Invincible. I was there for Invincible.
Yeah, that was like one.
So
of the,
I love Invincible, by the way. That album, he got the Floetry joint on there, the butterflies. Yeah.
So what do you think about streaming? Because I see you broke it down. So you really thought about streaming, right?
Yeah.
And like you think about it, if I stream your full album, and I only stream it once, that doesn't count as a sale.
No,
which is wild to me.
You have to stream it 1,500 times. The count is one,
which is wild. So what's your thoughts on the streaming process? And I know you're signed, but would you ever say, you know what, I'm gonna go direct to consumer?
Yeah, for sure. And you know what? It's a bunch of like, I always have these, because I love music, I love hip hop. I'm always having like, not always, but I have these talks like amongst my friends of like the difference, or like even amongst other artist friends, of like the pros and cons of being an artist today versus like, let's say the 90s, right? Like in the 90s, even early 2000s, they made a lot more money off like
actual music,
off the actual music, because it was physical sales. You know what I'm saying? So where like, again, when you sold 1 million records, that means 1 million people bought it, and it was, let's say, $10 a copy, to where like, yo, you're actually making. So my bad to go on a tangent. So back in the 90s, 2000s, right? They made more money off the actual music, off music sales, publishing, etc. But they weren't making as much on ancillaries like touring, merch, brand endorsements. So today we had, like, I was in a Coca-Cola Super Bowl commercial as Cordae, and I say that to say, like, I am like, in the 80s, 90s, you had to be like Michael Jackson was in like a Coca-Cola or Pepsi, Super Bowl commercial, or like, you know, commercial, whatever, right? So I say this to say, back in the 90s, they didn't have too many like ancillary opportunities, and they weren't making as much money on shows and stuff like that. Today, we make more money off shows, festivals, brands, etc., but it doesn't make as much on the actual music, because the way music is scaled is like kind of crazy. I don't know. I just don't know. I'm not going to act like an expert on it. It's just like super complicated, but pros and cons to both. You know, it might even out and balance out, you know, but it's just different.
Now, in the song 06 Dreaming, you talk about your mom and her musical dreams and how she tried out for making a band and American Idol. Yep. And you sampled one of her old songs. How she feel about that when she heard it?
Oh, she liked it. She liked it a lot. Yeah. She definitely liked it, because it's just like that's one of my favorite songs, because it's obviously it's close to home, but it's like a story of irony, of just like, and also a story of how like you can love something so much that it gets passed down to your kids, whether you like it and whether, you know, you have an influence on that, like outwardly or not, you know? And so I love it again, because it's close to home. It's a story of irony, and it's just hip hop. Like, yo, I sampled one of my mom's old songs and ended up telling the story. I mean, she definitely got her pub and points for sure. She ain't charged me. I made sure, you know, she eating off that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So she got to just do for sure. So I say all this to say, thank you. I rock with that song a lot.
Ain't you kind of glad she ain't make the band?
I know you're ecstatic she ain't make the band right now.
You say that on the record. You said, I can't remember what the line was, but you basically said you think Puff is a victim of his own karma. He made him run 6 miles, and your mom didn't make the band. So do you think that? Do you think Puff is a victim of his own karma? Because you said, look at Puff now.
That's one way that it can be interpreted. It can be interpreted in a bunch of different ways. You know, it just depends on like what lens or what ear you listening to it. But
So what do you mean by the bar?
You know what? To be honest, like that bar was something I was so like hesitant on saying, because like above all else, not even above all else, like above all else, I'm a human being, right? But being a human being, I'm I'm super pro-black. And like publicly, I don't ever want to speak bad about another black man. But damn, this nigga's making it hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, like, pause. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
Super pause.
Jesus.
Yo, my
You
goodness.
just said Puff is making it hard.
Pause.
Crazy.
Yo.
Wow.
You know what I meant by that.
No, I don't,
No,
Cordae.
we don't.
Nah,
No, we
nigga.
don't.
Hey, nah, nigga. We ain't finna do this. We ain't finna do this. The pauses that you have.
That's facts. He got some pauses.
So I say this to say, go back to my. Man, let's leave this shit alone, man. Like, there's no right answer to this shit.
Right.
I tried to motherfucking juke around this shit, you know, but y'all some But yeah, to my point, like, I don't ever want to publicly speak down on another black man, but like, it's like, fuck.
Yeah.
You got a song on the album with Kanye. You talked about it earlier. It's called No Bad Juice. Why would you do that?
No bad juice.
Yo, you crazy, man. You're crazy. It's called No Bad News.
Oh, News. Yes, you're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's called No Bad News.
How was that? Because I know he's on your Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, I mean, bro,
Where did you
bucket.
get juice from?
Yo.
That's what I thought it was called. It might be a typo. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a dream come true bucket list.
What you learn from that session?
Man, I mean, Ye's one of the goats. Like I had a different hook for that song, and he sent over notes of like, instead of saying this, say this.
That's what I just said.
Yeah. So let me finish.
Okay.
My bad if that came off. You've been throwing me like
I'm just
some
messing
little.
with
That's
you.
all
He
good.
messing
I
with
know.
He messing with you.
I know. You just talk.
You called it No Bad News. He wanted to call it something else.
No, that's not the title. There was no back and forth over the title. But yeah, basically, like, point blank period, Ye is a genius, creative genius at the highest level. What can I say about him creatively that he doesn't already know and that we as the world doesn't already know? But definitely a bucket list to work with him for sure.
What kind of space is he in right now?
I can't speak for another man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But
Were y'all together in the studio?
No, we weren't all together.
Right.
It was all remote. So I don't want to, speak for another man.
I love the record All Alone.
Thank you.
What do you think could fill that void of loneliness for you?
I don't know, cause it's funny about that song too, because I actually had sampled like it was this like Korean jazz artist who did a cover of that song, but like the person who owns the master like hates that person. And so we went back and I found like the Luther sample, which is like super dope too, that he cleared that. Luther don't let you curse on this shit either. That's a whole nother story. But yeah, so I guess what fills that void? My family, you know what I'm saying? First and foremost, I could have went straight to that. But being around my family definitely like, helps that. Enjoying life experiences with my family helps fill that void because I mean, being a generational curse breaker it's a lonely road. You know what I'm saying? It's not for the weak. Being famous or an artist with a platform, that shit is not for the weak. Like you said, earlier, like somebody's always going to have something to say, no matter what. People are always going to have, especially in the zeitgeist of this earth, is like negativity is just like, it connects the most. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately. And so, yeah, so at times, you can feel alone, but for me, filling that void is like, being around family, being around my daughter, and enjoying life and making memories with them and building my own tribe of like community. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like in hip hop and black people in general, not to speak for the general consensus, but there needs to be a lot less competition and a lot more community. I can speak on that for hip hop for sure. Like, I love the competitiveness when we going at it, when everybody going at it with the bars, because that's the genesis of hip hop. That's the heart of hip hop. But as far as just like, sharing knowledge, sharing information, resources, connecting, I feel like there needs to be a greater sense of community, So, yeah.
I wonder about that often. I sometimes I think it's too many of us to ever have a sense of community. Like, you'll find your tribe, and amongst your tribe you'll have community, but black people aren't monolithic. You're talking about 40+ million people.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can ever have community amongst 40+ million people.
What does monolithic mean?
It means that all of us aren't the same.
Okay, yeah, I thought so. I just wanted to make sure. But yeah, I mean, and that's the beauty about being black. Like, I think you ever heard of like RDC? They're like the comedian. They're like a group of comedians and shit online. They do skits and shit.
Funny.
But they have this thing called like the they have this con that they have in it's like a festival, if you would, in Austin, Texas, and it's basically like a safe place for like black nerds that love anime. But it's like, yo, like you wouldn't think, if you're just like, not wouldn't think, but I'm just like, yo, the fact that you found like your niche audience and made a safe space, because it's like 30,000 people there, and it's all people that love like anime and shit like that. And so just going back to the point of just like, you know, community, I don't know. I think community is important, and find it. You're never going to find one person that agrees with you on 100% of everything, or one person that likes 100% of everything that you like. But finding a community of just good people that look like you or don't look like you, but have the same morals, values, and on the same wavelength. You know, I think that's super important, of just creating your community of like-minded individuals. And I think in hip hop, specifically, like, I guess lyricism or substance-driven artists like that, I can sense that's something that needs to be like builded upon, you know?
You had a question, Jess?
So yeah, I did have a question a long time ago.
I see.
Yeah, I know that you said you like to, you know, be with your baby girl, your daughter.
Yeah.
How are you and Naomi though?
Oh, we good.
I just seen that y'all had a date night like a couple nights ago at Jamie Foxx. Y'all was at something.
Yeah. Nah, we good, man.
Y'all know, because y'all don't post each other so much. People even speculate about that. Maybe they broke up or anything. That speaks to what you was talking about just everything connecting negatively.
Yeah, for sure. Me, honestly, like, I am a super private person. I am like, I try my best as much as I can be, like, when it comes to my personal life, to be super private, like, as much as I can be, because some stuff you got to keep for yourself. And when you allow like outside opinion, and outside opinions can be family members, you know what I'm saying? And that can get in the way of stuff that's important to you. So man, when you add the world to that's a whole nother thing. And so I try to be as private while speaking on it now, but I try to be as private as I possibly can about like my personal life, like, you know, even with my daughter and, you know, my relationship and stuff.
Do you feel like
do you still talk to the YBN crew?
I talk to Almighty J. I don't really talk to Namir like that, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. Like, it's for me, there's, no matter what Namir got to say about me publicly, there's always a level of respect and appreciation that I have for Namir that like nobody can ever get me to like talk bad about Namir. You know what I'm saying? Cause like, yo, that dude threw me the oop and I caught it and dunked it. She shined that light on me, and I'm like, I'm not even saying this to be like politically correct. It's just the God's honest truth. I'm super grateful for him. Like, he changed my life. You know what I'm saying? For lack of a better word. And so, like I said, he shined that light on me. You know what I'm saying? Threw me the oop. You know, I caught it, windmilled it, and I got so much love for him. Like, I talk to Namir's mom more than I talk to Namir. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how that is. So yeah.
I was gonna ask.
Will y'all ever talk?
For sure. Like, it'll be like random like birthdays and, you know, stuff like the distant relative is like the best comparison for communication. Like, I remember when I did Coachella like 2 years ago, I wanted to bring him out for that because I'm like, yo, that'd be crazy just on some stuff, but he didn't want to do it for whatever reason. Not saying it was like any bad blood, but like I said with Namir, bro, like, I got so much like love and appreciation for him that, again, even if it ain't the same way, it's nothing that he can say to ever make me forget like all the love that he has shown me, you know?
I was gonna ask, how do you deal with social media? Are you on social media? Because between your girl, yourself, if she has a bad game, they blame it on you.
Yeah.
If you have a bad album, they blame it on her. So it's like, how do you deal with that as far as mentally and even in your relationship?
Well, it comes down to like, I've truly like, I don't give a fuck, bro, what people think, because I've learned too that internet isn't a real place. Like, it has influence, right? It does have influence. But it's not a real place, and people are always going to say something. People nitpick anything apart. Like, literally, people always find something negative in the most positive stuff. Charlamagne, you can do a toy drive and give away $100,000 worth of gifts, and if you got a cameraman there, niggas gonna be like, oh, you just did it for the camera. And let's just say you overlook the positive part of like, yo, this nigga just gave away $100,000 worth of gifts. You know what I'm saying? And so people always gonna have something to say. And the sooner you realize that is like, bro, y'all can all suck my dick. You know what I'm saying? Pause. You know what I'm saying?
And it's crazy that nobody ever brings that up for the negative stuff, right? Like somebody can just be online flossing, have the money phone to their ear, doing it for the camera, but nobody ever says, you just doing that for the camera. But anything positive, you just doing for the camera. It makes no sense.
Yeah, nah, I totally agree with that. Yeah, nah, it's I mean, bro, the state of the world, nah, the state of, it does, with me, again, I'm an artist.
Especially it has to be for your girl, because it's like, they attack everything, and it's like, damn, leave her alone.
Yeah, for me, like, I can't speak what like she feels. I ain't gonna speak for her, but I'll be the worst PR person for her ever. But I say all this to say, like for me, like again, I am an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit. And with this album, like yo, it's been like people been fucking loving the album. You know what I'm saying? Like it's been across the board. Like yo, I really fuck with this album. It really connects with me. But I'm at a place now to where you don't create. I was doing a stream with I'm Dante, this kid I'm Dante, black streamer, super dope, super funny. And like I was telling him like, bro, like even with these streamers, and not to say like I'm all knowing and shit, we figuring this shit out day by day, but it's like their next move is based on what the fucking chat is saying. You know what I'm saying? They're like, what they say, their whole mood is based on what the chat is saying. I'm like, I get it, that's your job, but like you can't live like that.
Not just the streamers though.
Yeah.
It's people in general.
Nah,
they're gonna look at them comments, them YouTube pages, and it will influence every single thing they do. I think the most power that you can give yourself in this era is to disconnect from all of that and have an opinion or create art and not even worry about what anybody on social media is gonna say.
Nah, because they're always gonna say something. It's always gonna be negative. And so what I've learned is, let's say even back to an album, like if people, I've learned to like not give a fuck, because let's say everybody loves this out. Like again, it's been like really positive feedback on this album.
I fuck with it.
Nah, thank you. Appreciate it. But let's say you drop an album and everybody's like, this is the greatest shit ever. This is a classic. You can let that get to your head and create an ego of like, oh, I am as great as they say I am. Then your next album, people might not love it, and they're like, "Oh, this is shit," and it can fuck with your confidence. Like, damn, maybe I am shit like they say I am. And so when you know who you are, nobody can tell you who you are. From my experience, and so that's why it comes down to like, I don't give a fuck what people think, whether it's great or bad. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, like I can sleep well at night. You know what I'm saying? I know I put a bunch of work in the music. And I can live with that, you know, no matter what the outcome is. Now, it gets tricky when, like, if you be honest with yourself, you like, damn, I could have put more time and effort into this. I could have put more thought and energy into this. And then people don't like it. And then it's like, damn, the niggas might be saying some shit. You know what I'm saying? But if you, like, truly put your all into it, your heart into it, and, like, people like, yo, this shit, you know, it's like, yo, fuck them. Like, suck a dick. I'll try next time, you know? Pause.
Suck a dick, I'll try next time. God damn, Cordae.
You know what I meant.
No,
bro.
I don't.
Oh my God.
Listen, do you question
by the way, I've been hanging with my little brother and them. They some young niggas. They like 20. And so my pause radar has been like through the roof.
Yeah.
It meaning like I pick up the pause. I'll usually pause myself first and others.
You got gay ears.
Pause.
It's fun.
No. Ain't nothing homosexual about nothing on this part. If that's somebody's prerogative, that's all them. But anywho, what was you finna say?
I got gay ears.
You got more than gay
everything, honey.
You got more than gay ears, bro. He got more than gay ears.
Hey, live your truth, brother. By all means, this is a safe place, and we got an abundance of love and joy for you, no matter what you like to do in your free time.
When you write because of the mother of your child, you question your lyrics. For example, like when I hear "Pray," is "Pray" about Naomi?
I try to make my music as from my heart and relatable as possible. And also I answer that with, I just let the music speak for itself.
It's a lot of insecurity you're showing on that record then.
Because I'm so vulnerable in my music, that's why I don't do too many interviews. Like I said, this is my like third time on here. We have a rapport now to where I can't come with y'all with it. Well, I can, but like I'm not gonna come with y'all. Not to say there's anything wrong with people that do this, but I'm not gonna come with y'all with a list of like shit to not talk about. You know what I'm saying? So I say all this.
You can't when you got a bar that says you never gonna be in interviews and not be authentic.
That is true. That's a bar. But so I say this to say, because I am, to be authentic, right? Because I am so vulnerable and personal in my music, it's some stuff I'd rather not go into detail and over explain it, you know, because it kind of is like a magician revealing the magic, tricks, the trick. So yeah.
Do you feel like sometimes being like the boyfriend being the boyfriend of her overshadows you being Cordae?
Nah, because I was Cordae first, and like I'm very confident like in myself, like I don't really like to pop my shit, but like I'm a super successful like young black man, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm wealthy, I'm blessed, I do it, and above all else, I'm a man of God, and I'm not prideful, but I am a very unapologetic black man. You know what I'm saying? And I say all that to say, no, there isn't.
All right.
Well,
I got some more questions.
Okay.
We here, baby. We here. Don't give me the 30-minute one, nigga.
Never see it with Juicy
J.
You say you might see me stressing over blessings that I prayed for.
Yeah.
And I want to talk about that line because I overstand it.
Yeah.
Like, expound on that for people.
Like, bro, like this shit is stressful, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, people can come into an interview and be stressed out based on the questions that they're getting. Like, you just asked me about 2 super controversial not to say that's a bad thing, but like someone can view that as like fucking, oh my God, stressful. But I pray for, let's leave it alone. My bad for bringing it up.
Don't even bring it back.
Yeah. We gonna leave that in this 7-minute mark. But I say all this to say of like, yeah, you might, a nigga do be stressing over shit I prayed for. You know what I'm saying? Like I prayed for, the quote Meek Mill, not to bring it back, I pray for times like this. And if you really a killer and you really love this shit and you really dedicated to this craft, it's not for the weak. It's not easy, bro. It's not easy. It's not for the weak. It's not easy. I over understand that I'm super blessed, bro. Like some days when I'm stressed out, bro, I do retail therapy and I go shopping. I know that's a lot of things that people can't do. You know what I'm saying?
Well, what's the most difficult thing you have to deal with? Because people look at your life and be like, you popping.
Yeah.
You got a great career.
Yeah.
Great family. You live in your
family. You got a kid.
I'm handsome.
He's like, never forget that. Y'all gay. Why y'all ain't say that first?
Yeah. 6 feet tall and shit, super handsome.
We get it. We get it. We get it.
I was waiting for somebody to say it, but
you handsome, yo. You handsome.
Hey, appreciate it.
I just play gay on the radio. I'm not really gay.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Yeah. What I was finna say. Damn.
Just ask what bothers you the most out of everything.
Oh, honestly, it
most
can't.
difficult thing to deal with.
It's the thing that's like whatever's presently in front of me. Like at that time, it's not like, oh my God, this Dinkelberg, you know what I'm saying? Y'all might be too old for that reference, but like it's not like one constant thing or one enemy. Not when I say enemy, I don't mean like person. I mean like thing.
What is a Dinkelberg? I can't even.
I heard of Dodo Bird.
Okay, it's a fairly Odd Parents reference. It's this cartoon and shit. But that was like the nigga Timmy Turner's dad, like arch nemesis. So it's like, but that was the same nemesis every episode. So my bad. I didn't read the room.
No, it's not for us.
Yeah. No.
I told you I ain't nowhere near 30. He told us that earlier.
Still buy CDs.
It's fine.
Yeah.
And you put us on to something.
Yeah, nah, for real. So I say this to say it's never one constant enemy. It's always it'd be some different shit every day. Like literally, you know what I'm saying? Like some different shit every day. And so you have to conquer that and you have to be bigger than your issues. You have to be solution based. And I try, and one thing I've learned to be is like solution based. Let's make the most out of any given situation. And that's why I am as successful as I am and why I'm going to get to where I want and need to be, in life. And so, it's some different shit literally fucking every day. And you just got to be, and that's for anybody in life. I know it's a million motherfuckers that may watch this or listen to this. It be some different shit every day. No matter what stage of life that you on, you just got to be solution based and like, just try to be as solution based as possible.
And it causes levels of anxiety in you, right? Because it's a blessing from God.
Yeah.
And you feel like you're not appreciating it. So then you feel like, damn, is God gonna take it away from me because I don't appreciate it? It's not that I don't appreciate it. It's just stress that comes with it.
Nah, that's a fact. I mean, heavy is the head, bro. Heavy is the head. And heavy is the head. And so you gotta, if you ask for what great, I was trying to not to quote fucking Stan Lee, but with great power and platform comes, great responsibility. And so when you ask for massive things, you got to be you got to be ready to deal what comes with it. You know what I'm saying? Be ready for the responsibility of it. And so like
my therapist told me there's no either or, meaning that you can't have Cordae's success without having Cordae's problems.
Exactly. And exactly.
Now you did post a picture of yourself on the beach.
I was just ready to ask about
and you put hashtag free Luigi.
Yeah.
People were mad at you about that.
They are?
They assume the free Luigi.
Who is people? Who is this target demographic of people
that's
that's
mad?
mad? Because I didn't know that. Nigga, are you mad, nigga? No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
People were mad at free Luigi because, Luigi, if it's the same Luigi, we don't know. He's the gentleman that killed the CEO of United Healthcare.
Yeah, I ain't know my nigga Luigi Mario brother was locked up, man.
Then.
Yeah. But,
you're a kid, yo. Okay.
But I'm just in a space now. Another big thing that one crossroad I've gotten past is like being super. I feel like because I've done a lot of things that I wanted to do thus far, right? And I know it's so much more that I got to do. I'm still on this journey. If you look at all my albums, they all represent a journey, from The Lost Boy to The Crossroads. It's all, if you look at it, it's all a journey, because that's kind of what life is, right? So on this particular moment in my journey, I felt as though in the past I've been a little too like scared to be canceled, for lack of a better word, or fearful to say what I really feel about certain shit. And because of like protecting what I've built, you know what I'm saying? Like when you built and saved up millions of dollars, or like you've built up a bunch of shit, right? That, or a brand, or whatever the case may be, a company, business, like you want to protect that. And sometimes protecting that causes fear, and you to move through fear. So I've kind of entered into this space now of like, I'm a creative first, I'm an artist first, and I gotta just say what's on my mind. Like, don't be an idiot, you know what I'm saying? Don't be dumb, but like, don't be as like politically correct and like scared to offend anybody, because you're just going to be bland if you're just like, oh, I don't want to offend this person, or I don't want to offend this person, I don't want to make this person mad, you know what I'm saying? To where like I've been doing that hella like in my creative, and so I want to do that shit. Like, I just thought that shit was funny. I mean, bro, he I don't want to speak on that too much, to be honest.
Don't say you thought it was funny.
No, not that was funny, but I don't think he is a monster. Like, you know what? I'm gonna say this. This is gonna be my politically correct answer, but it's also my authentic true self. So this is I'm not gonna say this is a medium, but authentically, me as a individual, I am not well researched enough on the monstrosities of the healthcare industry and what the guy that got killed had to do with it. I just know that the American healthcare industry is fucked up. So I don't want to speak on the assassination of that particular individual without doing my proper research on what that particular individual had to do with the overall scope of the fucked up.
You already put free Luigi. Too late. You picked the side.
Free that nigga.
Well, your initial caption was, "Do you feel guilty on vacation?" Explain that.
Yeah, because I do, because it's just like you there and you're kind of thinking like, okay, what could I be doing? What else could I be doing? Like working versus like, just chilling. But sometimes you gotta, as an artist too, you gotta live life to have shit to talk about, or else you just gonna talk about, I'm in the studio all day working, nigga, grinding, bars is life. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta live life to talk about it. And so, man, like, again, this whole entertainment business is like a journey. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you first started to where you're at has been a level up, a journey. You know what I'm saying? Same to all of y'all. You know what I'm saying? And so, I'm recognizing. And sometimes that difficult point, it's all these self-help books about how to get from 0 to 100. But you kind of got to figure out yourself when you reach that first major milestone, a big goal, about how to get to that next level. That's some shit you got to figure out, like through trial and error, through mentorship, through community, or through, fucking up. And so like I said, like, I'm super blessed, bro. I can acknowledge the fact that I'm super blessed. I thank God every day, literally. But I still have a lot more to do, and I know the work that takes, the dedication that takes, and the thick skin that takes. Pause.
A good book that you can get is The Big Leap.
Okay.
Conquer Your Hidden Fear and Take Life to the Next Level by Gay Hendricks. That's really his name.
Okay.
And it's a fantastic book. It tells you it's for people who are at 100, who are looking to either stay there or get to that next level.
Well, see, that's why mentors are important, because I just said there isn't a book that exists.
And you know what's funny? Questlove put me onto that book a couple of years ago.
You know what's funny? I was watching y'all interview with Nip a couple weeks ago.
Rest in peace to Nip.
Yeah, R.I.P. Nip. And that had me pick up The Way of the Superior Man. Ooh. You know what I'm saying? So I've been reading that. And I bought the book. I read like 4 pages of it. Whatever.
Listen to the audio.
Yeah. Now I enjoy reading because I like highlighting it to where like I like to go back to it and shit. But each one teach one. So thank you for that. I definitely picked that up.
Another line on Never See It. You said you would never see me partying with the Michael Rubens.
Yeah.
Why is that?
So look, let me say this, right? He has this. It's crazy because he has this program called Reform. That actually got that does amazing work, honestly, and it got a bunch of people out. It actually got like some of my closest friends out of jail, like straight up out of prison, like got them an appeal. Like they do amazing work, right? So I will want to start off by saying that. But I mean, bro, it's just going back to that place of me being a free creative in the studio. It's like, yo, the shit just seemed a little off, you know what I'm saying? But you know it's crazy? I've never met that nigga before I said that line.
He's not a nigger.
You know what I mean.
Oh my God. He's not a nigger. It's crazy.
My God,
we know what you mean. We know what you mean. Continue on. Just ignore him.
Why are you nitpicking me, man? Damn.
Just want to be correct here.
Oh my God. Anywho.
You never met him before?
Yeah. So when I said that line so going back to you fucking up my train of thought.
Yo, Cordae keep getting fucked up.
Damn, it is impossible for me to. So going back to my point earlier of like, I just want to be a free creative, you know what I'm saying, and say what I feel. If I think and that includes humor, you know what I'm saying. Some of my favorite rappers had like social commentary through humor, and so like I've always done that since the very beginning. But when I got lit and shit to lose, I stopped doing it as much because I didn't want to burn bridges. You know what I'm saying? And so I say this to say, it's just me fucking joking. I see some shit online, the behind the back hugs. I'm like, yo, that shit is crazy, nigga. You want to see me doing that? And so. Funny enough, and again, I did want to acknowledge he has this program called Reform that does amazing thing, right? So when I said that line, I have never met this nigga a day in my life. 1 week after that song come out, I meet this nigga, and he's hella cool.
Where'd you meet him
at? At a Commanders game.
Did he hug you?
Huh?
He hugged you? I ain't say behind. I just said, did he hug you?
Man, look, that I said what I said. I dapped him up. He's actually hella fucking cool. And like I said, the work he does with Reform is amazing. And so I think as an artist, I can acknowledge that he does amazing. His program, charity, Reform, and I'm sure he does a bunch of other amazing shit for community is great. But then also, yo, nigga, that shit is funny. You know what I'm saying?
Do you talk about the line? Like
No, fuck no.
And he's put a lot of money in black people's pockets. Like I just had an interesting conversation with Lil Baby recently, and he was talking about that. And I think that, you know, sometimes people just really go where the information is. Yeah, no, exactly. And he's one who shit it from even like I only met this dude one time, and he was like I felt kind of bad after meeting, because you know when you see shit online and you just like I'm making fun of it, but then when you actually meet the person, they become a real person. And so which is also what fans think of fucking artists. So you know what I'm saying, it's like a duality of it. So I met him and he became a real person, but like when I met him, I'm like, oh wow, you're the complete opposite of what I thought you were. Like
that's
you
why everybody's
cool.
at your parties, because you're super cool.
Yeah. So
you would go to one of his parties?
Nah, I can't now. I still can't. I still can't.
What if he invites Naomi but not you?
Then I don't know. I'm not gonna answer that. I don't know.
If I commit any crimes, I'm committing it with this nigga. He ain't gonna talk about it in the interview. He might rap about it, but he ain't gonna talk about it at all. Yeah, that's funny. That's worse now, rapping about it and fucking talking about it.
Did you ever connect with Dr. Umar?
No, I didn't. No.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Why would he have to? You was dating a white woman?
No, never in life.
All right.
Never in fucking life. But not to say there's anything wrong with bunny hopping and shit. I'm just saying I wouldn't do that. Whatever. Yeah. But what niggas do with they time is what they do.
Now, I remember Umar made some comments up here about Naomi.
He did?
Yeah.
What he say?
Am I tripping?
I don't know, but Oh, I was getting his number.
Yeah, because he wanted her to play for her national team or something like that. Or it was something like that.
See how he killed it? He made it seem like it was bad. It was like
he turned into Ice Cube. Cordae said Woody shit.
Well, I would if he's just misinformed. He just doesn't have all the information. Let's not pull it up.
Okay,
let's not pull it up. Yeah, I know this is crazy. This is the same. Y'all ain't get these niggas new laptops. I'm sorry.
The thing is, there's a lot of great history that has happened on that
yeah,
ThinkPad,
I know,
so I keep
nigga.
it.
I had to take fucking HSAs on this shit, and y'all still using this shit, man. Y'all should be a fucking ashamed of y'allself, man.
Ain't no y'all. I got Apple.
Yeah, I know. Jess shit. Yeah. Your shit is straight.
Keep it classic like an MPC.
No,
now you in the studio, and you get
I get
man.
the little red dot. Okay,
yeah, man.
But so I had this idea. So I wasn't aware of that, but he probably just was misinformed. But I had this idea of having him in a music video. And that I had this idea of me having him in a music video.
That.
Yeah. So that's it. But look, I got to see what he said, but But I agree with a lot of shit, that Umar says, like 50%.
Oh yeah, he was talking about representing Japan in the Olympics. That's all.
He didn't want to hear it.
Oh God.
No, the producer just texted to me.
Oh, these niggas are messy. They're just like, shit, get on it. I closed it. Y'all see how play I am, right? I not only took the laptop, I switched it on the laptop and closed it. The devil be working, bro. Shit.
Who is Shea Afeni? Put me on to what that means.
Oh, that's Shea Afeni. That's my daughter's name.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, got you.
Producers didn't send him that one.
Yeah.
That's a dope ass name. It sounds like
producer was probably a white man, huh?
No, not a white man.
That'd be a damn shame.
You think Dr. Umar would come up here so much if we had white producers?
I got white cameraman.
He's not white.
No, I'm joking. I'm sorry.
He is white.
No, he's not.
What is he?
Italian.
Italian is white.
That's a different kind. It's like off-white.
My nigga.
And he's Puerto Rican.
Like yeah.
Not that it matters, okay? Not that it fucking matters. We all love each other. You know what I'm saying? We love each other. We all. Hey, look, man. I got a lot of white Cordae fans, and I love all of them. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of love for everybody on Earth.
Okay.
I do have one last question. I guess.
Oh God!
No,
come on.
No, I think
can I just play my song?
No, because your album is fantastic.
Yeah,
This
thank you.
is just a personal
Let's
thing.
leave on that. No, I'm talking about you. Go ahead.
As a man, what did you do to help your lady get through her postpartum?
Oh my God.
Just for the men though. You don't got to get personal with her. Just for the men. What should men do? And I got 4 daughters, but what should men do in that situation? Especially young men that are a quarter life crisis.
Yeah. I would say, I don't know. I don't want to act like I'm the perfect person and be giving advice. So I'm the perfect example of what to do. Is just be as present as you can and be as understanding as you can, and be a man, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Just be understanding. Be as understanding and and be as present as you possibly can.
Well, let's listen to something off the album. What you want to hear off the album?
Man, I don't know, man. Y'all
let's do Saturday morning.
I'm fucking with you.
I do. You fat shame Rod Wave. Let's do that one.
Oh my God.
Oh my.
This is crazy.
Salute to Rod Wave. Love Rob.
Yeah, I follow.
No, people misunderstood that line, I think, though.
What is there to misunderstand?
I'm dealing with a lot of problems. I don't know if y'all can relate. Feeling like Rod Wave. I got a lot on my plate.
He didn't mean fool.
Oh, he not saying like he
fool.
Like, yo,
He said he had a lot of responsibilities.
Yo, when the Black Scully go on, this man is crazy. Yo, this man.
Yo, what color Air Forces do this man got?
Definitely Black Air Force One.
Yo.
I mean, but that goes back to like my freedom as an like me expressing like my sense of humor and my freedom as a like this is hip hop.
It's a double entendre.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So I say this to say that goes back to the point I made earlier, like me just being as free as I possibly can versus me like worrying about what people think. But I mean, bro makes dope music, obvious fucking.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Great artist. So yeah.
Yeah, he was saying like he just always stressed out about some shit.
I think the bar is like my bad, Jess. I don't want to do this to you, Jess. It's like it's there. It's there. It's there for sure.
Like, can I leave now, please?
It's good.
I tell you, respect my time. I tell you, respect my time.
I'm here. He's so funny, and we realize.
Yeah, it's there. It's like,
all jokes aside, Cordae is dope. I've always thought Cordae was dope. He's one of them ones. We was having this conversation recently. When Nyla was playing. She was doing Path Talk. She played something off.
No, he was supposed to come last. I think it was like a month ago. He was supposed to come, and we talked about it before he got here, but he canceled on us.
Because I was just talking about like the new big three. I don't want to say big three, but like this new era artists.
Yeah.
Because, you know, Kendrick and Cole and Drake, that's the last generation.
Yeah.
For this generation, I feel like you got to put your name in there personally.
Nah, yeah, it's there for sure. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
That doesn't warrant all the shit you've done before, but now I'm fucking with you. But thank you, bro. And I'm glad, yo, this is great. I've had honestly, despite the jokes, I had a good time on here. So thank y'all for having me, man.
Definitely.
Nah, I'm gonna come back, man. I'm always
talking
here.
about Rod Wave's plate. Talking about gay ears. He's like, nah, I'm good.
Oh my God.
The Crossroads out now.
Yeah, I know.
Let's
right?
get into the joint right now. It's the
Yes,
Breakfast
sir.
Club. Good morning, Cordae, y'all.
Good morning, y'all.
Wake that ass up.
In the morning.
The Breakfast Club.